Hi everybody, today I have this Canon Powershot S100. So basically this is a very modernized point and shoot camera and all. It's a very popular model among like camera enthusiasts. So actually my context here, this camera, it does have a little bit of dark spots, but just to take note that it does not affect the final image and all this thing. So over here, this is the on off button. This is the zoom. So this camera is like 5 times zoom, but it can go up to digital zoom of 10 times. Sorry, more than that, 20 times digital zoom. Yep, just remember the wrong model. So this has a normal zoom. So now over here is a mode dial. There is shutter priority, aperture priority, manual, and this is the custom mode. Then over here, if you go downward, this is the auto. It's a scenery mode. Then this is the HDR mode that if you use it like for tripods and all these things. Then there's video mode as well. So if you like more access to the camera settings, like you want to play the flash, pause flash, everything, go for program mode. So in program mode here, you can see that this is the overall like screen displays. Top left is the battery strength. This is they say the type of mode. Shooting mode is the L, which stands for large, which the image size is large. This is how many photos you can take. So basically this camera is using SD card. SD card is located into here with the battery compartment. And this is the picture. This is the movie quality 1920. This is how many minutes and how many seconds you can take. So right now you can take 14 minutes and 31 seconds. So over here the mode display is programmed, and here shows there's no flash. Then this is the ISO setting, which is right now it's auto. This is the plus minus 0, which is the exposure compensation. So if you ever like half press everything, if you see this green rectangular, it means that the image is in focus. Over here is the light metering system. This is to show the shutter speed is 1/30, and this is the aperture of f2, and this is the exposure. So you just hard press. If you see this green column, press down harder, then you can take your photo. So if you want to do like flash photography, just to take note that your finger must be off from the flash here, because the flash will pop up, and if your flash is in contact with this thing, you may damage it. So right now I put into the flash, it just auto flash, the things will work out. So right now, so you have a half press, and if you see this thing is stable and there's an orange light that shows this one, it means that the flash is ready to fire. Yep, there you go. So if it doesn't want the flash, you can just like off the flash. Yep, so you don't have to press this thing down. So just to take note that if you press the thing down, you can damage the flash. So sometimes you can see like why they say there's a pop and like turn on and off the camera, everything because of flash settings. It's because people like to put their finger over here and damage the mechanism for the flash. And a lot of models like S95 that I encounter with has flash damages and all these things. So just to take note in context, just put your hands away from the flash, start here, and you're good to go. So over here, this is the function ring. So the function ring is, this is the ring. You can actually set what kinds of settings you want. You can set like ISO, you can set the exposure compensation, you can set the focus, you can set the white balancing, step zoom, contrast, aspect ratio, everything. So basically in this auto ring here, you can program it into the way you want. For example, ISO speed, I can program it all the way to the ISO that I wanted and all these things, and you can repeat the same goes with the aperture and as well shutter speed and all. So this camera has a maximum ISO of 6400, which is pretty good. So this ring here is rotatable and all these things. So it depends on what you like to set. So most CCDs like people like me and all like to use is white balancing. So this is an advanced tip. You can just adjust the white balancing right over here depending on the lighting scenario. So this camera is very nice, very good to take nice shots and all these things. Based on my experience of using it, I really like the convenience of this ring here. So with this ring and all, I can just set it to this white balancing, and I can adjust it to the correct color tone that I really want from the pictures that I'm taking. So over here, this is for the video mode, so it doesn't work for camera. So technically, if you just press this thing, it does work for the video, I mean without in the video mode technically, because I mean, now you're in the, sorry, just the confusion. The video mode here is like the auto video. You can just press and all the video standard mode, so that means it's just you press and it start to record. But just to take note that in program mode and all these things is where you set up the like customize your white balancing, your exposure compensation, everything. Then you press this button. It's also possible to record your movie. I apologize for the confusion. So right here is the ring. So if you press up, is you can adjust the exposure compensation over here. So you can just use the ring to move. Sorry, it's not to press. So if you rotate the ring to clockwise, you can go to overexpose, and you go turn it to the anti-clockwise direction is you underexpose your images and all these things. So this is a plus minus of 3 and all, which is quite amazing. Left is to do the focusing for macro, normal, or manual focus. So manual focus, you can use the ring to move around. This is how many cm to how many meters and all. Your object's in focus. Then there is this kind of like a zoom for you to, you know, to see that, oh, your image is in focus, everything is in order. Yep, it's quite amazing. So with this camera and all, you can get very sharp images and all this portrait, especially with the manual focus. And for regarding about display settings right here, you can just you can choose your display or what you want to see. So because the shortcut key I set as the display is for the exposure compensation and all this thing, the AEB. But in technically terms, you can program this display to, you know, turn it off your display mode. Yep. Yep, so you can just program it. This is a display that you want. Yep, so this is how you do it around. So over here, if you press function set, you have more settings, because now in program mode you can adjust the ISO, everything. Then they give you a tips. Then this is the auto balancing. This is the color thing. You can adjust the color around depending on what kind of skin tone that you like. Then you just, if you like this kind of color, you can just press the button here, set. Then this is the bracketing. This is the like the shooting mode, whether you're in single, continuous, or continuous high. Set timer, there's 10 seconds, 2 seconds, and customize and all these things. Then there's flexi zone, allow you to move across your focusing frame. And evaluative brightness, this is for the light meter, whether you want centric, you want like a spot and all these things, or overall. And anti-filter is for natural density filter, whether you like, you know, if you want to do this kind of filter for making it picture look nicer. So this is the image ratio, quality, and all these things. Then this is like the format that you want. You can do JPEG, you can do RAW. RAW you can do the edit further. This is how many, like the size of the image, how many megapixel you want. Like medium is 6, medium 2 is 2, and S is 0.3. Do note that over here bottom left is how many photos you can take with the different settings modes that you're using. So over here, this is the video quality. 1920 is like how good it's technically just a HD movie and all these things. 428. Then DR is the dynamic range correction. It's basically like whether you're like auto or DR correction. 400 and all. So you're back to the normal settings. So if you ever use the auto settings and all these things, so if you ever like, this is button is only can adjust for auto flash or no flash. So in auto flash, if you ever half press anything, sometimes the flash will pop up. In my case here, it didn't, because it's quite bright enough. If you press the menu button, the settings here, you only can adjust the self timer, the image size, the ratio, the size, as well as the movie. So that's all for today's video. So in case you guys want to use it up more, like other settings and all, so this is just a walkthrough for the shooting modes and all these things. Hope you like this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I see you in the next video soon. Take care and goodbye.